Besides, you still need to take care of the trouble that the academia left for me.
Trouble from the academia? I thought you said that you pawned it off to someone else. Wait. Don't tell me.
I'll let Kale fill you in on the details. I look forward to seeing your work, Tainari.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
What is this?
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further. That still won't do. Mr. Raid told us to keep people away from the ruins so they don't damage the site.
Damage the site? I've excavated more ruins than you've visited restaurants. Which batch of students is Raid from? I want to see him right now.
He isn't at the campsite now. You should all leave. Only he can give you permission to enter.
What a stubborn guy. You're right. Even if there is new information, we still have to wait for him to come back so we can ask him about it. So let's just see what we can find out from the people here. I'm going to give that Raid a good talking to when he gets back. Starting from who in the world mentored you?
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further.
That machine looks amazing! Could it be the legendary Ruin Wanderer? The location seems to fit too. Might that legend actually be true?
The ruins? Don't know anything. We were only hired to deliver water and supplies to them.
Forget excavation. They won't even let us get close to the camp where they're staying.
This area used to be ravaged by frequent sandstorms, but it's been calm lately for some reason. They say that this was done by a single traveler? But seriously, is such a thing even humanly possible?
Well, I found out everything I could. Is there anything that stands out to you? The villagers were hired to deliver supplies, but they haven't been allowed near the campsite. That's definitely odd. However, I'm more concerned about this Ruin Wanderer they speak of. Ruin Wanderer. That's the first time I've heard that name. But that wreckage did seem a bit weird. It's a bit far away, and I can't really say for sure from this distance. Perhaps we should ask the villager from before about the legend first.
Huh? What are you guys doing back here? I wouldn't blame you for not knowing about it, youngsters. After all, it's a tale that's over a decade old. It's said that this monster, the Ruin Wanderer, traversed through various ruins for centuries. Many adventurers had claimed to see it while exploring. Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruins. Then, about 10 years ago, we stopped hearing any news about it in Sumeru. No one has seen it since then, and the legend has since faded into memory. You youngsters probably don't know about the Ruin Wanderer nowadays, but it was famous for centuries.
Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Wait, back then?
Indulge my curiosity for a moment. Why do you think that wreckage is the Ruin Wanderer?
Well, I had also heard that secondhand from...
You heard that nonsense from the Eremites after they got drunk, right?
Who are you?
Madam Faruzan, it is a pleasure. I'm Raid, the one who organized this archaeological expedition. I'd heard of you at the Academia, but I didn't expect to run into you here. Truly, it is an honor. And this must be the famous traveler, I presume. What brings the two of you here?
Have you found any special contraptions and relics in the ruins that you've been investigating?
I'm ashamed to say that we haven't found anything noteworthy, even though we've been investigating for a while now.
Really? That Ruin Wanderer isn't noteworthy to you?
I'm afraid those are mere rumors. Really, I sometimes wish that those people would put as much effort into their work as they do into gossiping.
You're right, sir. I'll get back to work now.
The wise do not buy into rumors, so it is said. I believe that you too, Madam Faruzan, do not put any stock into such baseless talk.
It is also said that real knowledge shall come from practice. I can help you research the excavated relics and see if I can find out anything new about them. You can take credit for any new discoveries. I believe this offer to be sufficiently attractive.
In truth, I could ask for nothing better than your help with our research. However, you two must be tired after a long journey. I'd feel bad if I set you to work immediately. It's getting late and my subordinates and I are heading back to the camp to rest. Why don't you find a place to spend the night first? We can continue our discussion tomorrow. There are tents over there that the villagers occasionally use to rest. The condition is a bit simple, yes, but I hope you won't mind.
Since you need to rest as well, let's do just that. This is quite far away. Are they trying to prevent the villagers from eavesdropping on them? This suits us just fine, though. This way, they won't overhear our conversations either. Now, I have my suspicions about this archaeological expedition team and that machine wreckage. I only caught a quick glimpse, and it was from a distance. But based on the condition of the armor and joints, it didn't seem like something that had been lying around for centuries. At most, I'd estimate that it only stopped moving about a dozen years ago. Yes, the timing coincides with the spreading of the legend. Now, assuming that it really is the Ruin Wanderer, how do you suppose it was able to maintain a relatively good condition despite high-intensity operation over the course of several decades? That's right. Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Well, this was over 100 years ago. It was a machine about the same size as Karkata, actually. It couldn't carry heavy objects or fight, and was only able to help me record some notes. It also helped me deliver letters home. I found it near the desert, which is why I wondered if there might be more restitution modules buried around here. Honestly, people in ancient times might have already solved the problem of providing enough power for all I know. I'll need to research this properly. Had I confronted Raid right there and then, he would have said that he couldn't tell that the machine was special. Then he'd just hand it over to the Academia obediently, and he'd get away scot-free. If the wreckage were to be handed to the Academia, it'd be much tougher for us to do research on it or get spare parts for Karkata. Anyway, we should figure out what they're planning before making our next move. They insisted that we should stay the night, which means if they're trying to pull a fast one on us, they're likely to try tonight. We must be vigilant. Are those sounds coming from the excavation site? I knew they wouldn't be able to wait. They must be scared that we might discover something tomorrow. Not a single person guarding the campsite. This must be quite the manpower expenditure. I'll see if they left any clues behind at their camp. Keep watch and help me stall them if it comes to that, would you? All right. I'm counting on you. Take me up! Let's fly! Lockdown! Allow me! Shine down! Time for a light show! Lockdown! Open fire! Bullseye!
Dividing the loot is often a cause of conflict, but luckily for you, I don't...
Ha!
This is about to...
Let's fly!
Bullseye! Open fire! Open fire!
Mora makes a lot of problems go away. So you can never have too much Mora, huh?
Take me up! Ha!
A new punch.
Take me up!
Open fire! Open fire!
Bullseye!
Knock him down.
Why isn't the tent here yet? We need to switch it out tonight.
It's still on the way. I'm afraid this is the first time we're delivering such a huge one.
You good-for-nothings are just a load of trouble, aren't you? We wouldn't have to deal with these interlopers if you had kept those lips of yours from flapping. Hurry up and hide our current tent and deliver the new one to me tonight, no matter what it takes.
Huh? Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset because my subordinates aren't doing their jobs properly. When did you get here? It's nothing. Just a tent. We didn't pack up all our tents from the last campsite. Some of them, along with a few people, have been left there. Someone damaged our current tent, so I'm trying to get my subordinates to get one from that previous campsite delivered here. The relics in the ruins are highly valuable, so I'm worried that treasure hoarders and bandits might try to steal them. Since the tent isn't here yet and I can't fall asleep, I came here to patrol. Well, these things are antiques after all. There will always be people interested in buying them. I hired so many people precisely because I was worried about that happening. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask, is the Academia really aware that you've traversed through the desert to come here in the middle of the night? Also, where's Farazan? Why isn't she with you?
I'm right here. Also, you forgot to address me as Madam.
Sorry, Madam Farazan.
You were all making so much noise that I couldn't sleep, which is why I got the Traveler to find out what was going on. But for some reason, that one task took forever, so I came to check in on the situation.
I'm very sorry for disturbing your rest. I'll tell my subordinates to be quieter on patrol.
Good. Come on, Traveler. Let's head back. Yes, we came to check out the situation, didn't we? Well, we've already done that. We should get better rest so that we'll have energy to investigate tomorrow. Thanks for dealing with them. Now, I found something good on my end. These are the excavation records from their campsite. According to them, the ruins have been raided before, with numerous traps and contraptions having already been triggered. I also observed the wreckage up close earlier. The weathering is nowhere near as extensive as on the relics that have been buried for over 100 years. There's no doubt that the wreckage in the ruins don't belong to the same era. Instead, it must have wandered into the ruins about a dozen years ago. It could have fallen into a trap or encountered a glitch within the ruins, remaining stationary like that until it was discovered recently. However, I still don't know why they'd want to hide it. I have no doubt that the researcher could definitely reach the same conclusion I did. The last few pages of the excavation records are written in code, which I still need time to decipher. It's just wordplay. And if anything, that's my wheelhouse. Just a bit more. I see now.
Help! Please help! Why are you running away? Come back! Protect me!
What's that sound? Is it? The Ruin Wanderer? Reactivated? That's impossible! Is this the work of some kind of hidden mechanism? Never mind. We have to focus on saving lives first. I'll cover them. You go stall the Ruin Wanderer. What? It ignored the Traveler?
Why is it chasing after us?
What could have caused it to reactivate? And to give chase?
Darn it! Hey, come on, you lot! It's clear that we can't escape, so let's just attack it!
It stopped?
Hey, you guys, get up there and tell me what's going on.
But what if it suddenly moves?
You good-for-nothings. Why is everyone I hired so useless? Move! I'll do it myself. Looks like this thing's parts can't handle the load of functioning anymore after years of disrepair. When it first reactivated, I was wondering if it'd be as amazing as the legends had pegged it to be. I didn't expect it to be so much weaker than it looks. How disappointing.
Disappointing, you say? Now, is that because you won't be able to sell it for much?
Faru-san, you may be my senior as an academia researcher, but that doesn't mean you get to slander me.
You wrote these excavation records, did you not? Or perhaps calling it a ledger might jog your memory a bit better.
I don't recognize that thing.
January 3rd, excavated 5 tents. January 5th, 3 tents sold. January 10th, 1 special tent pre-sold. It must quickly be switched out with an old tent. You're supposed to be an archaeological expedition team, and yet here you are, secretly selling the relics and profiting from it. When you believed that you had found the wreckage of the Ruin Wanderer, you tried to switch in wreckage that you had excavated previously to pull the wool over the Academia's eyes. After all, there would probably be many wealthy buyers interested in purchasing the legendary Ruin Wanderer in the black market, yes? And then we arrived just before you could finish your work. That forced you to speed up your plan, and you tried to complete the switch overnight before I could investigate the wreckage. In your haste, however, you accidentally activated the Ruin Wanderer instead. Did I get that all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lack the curiosity befitting a man of knowledge, nor do you have respect for mechanical life forms. You're not fit to be a researcher.
Ridiculous. Curiosity? Respect? I'm not here to hear you preach. Hey, we're leaving.
Mr. Aid!
Behind you? Why is it moving again? Run!
Huh?
Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruins.
Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Why is it chasing after us?
So you've been looking for me this whole time? Long time no see, Tamimi.
Dear Farazan, I hope you're doing well. It has been over 20 years since you went missing. People from the Academia keep telling us to give up and that you're most likely dead. But somehow, I feel like you're still alive. Yes, that you live still in some corner of this world. You've always been persistent, able to shine no matter what situation you face. I believe that this persistence serves you well in surviving and finding your way home. Unfortunately, I likely won't be able to welcome you home when you do. I don't have much time left, and my reflexes have slowed. Others keep telling me to stop exploring ruins. Only Tamimi is still the same as before, always running off to places which you've been to. Your teacher and friends came up with an idea to remodel Tamimi, so it can search for you in our place. You didn't like coming home back then and would always get Tamimi to send a letter back. Now we're leaving a letter with Tamimi. I wonder if it'll ever be delivered to you. I don't know the answer to that question, but if you ever read this letter, I hope it'll be when you've already found your way home. I regret not being able to say this to you myself, but I'll still feel sincerely happy for you, my dear daughter.
Welcome home, Farzan. Look at you, Tamimi. You've changed so much after all these years. Thank you for waiting for me all this time. I've safely received the letters. Your work is done now. You can sleep. Tamimi, the mechanical life form I encountered back then. When I would go on expeditions, it would follow me, take notes for me, and send my letters home. When I met with that accident, it was on the way to deliver a letter for me. I once thought that I'd never get to see it again. I didn't expect my teacher and others to remodel its self-repair function, upgrading it to self-learning. And so, in order to plumb the depths of unknown ruins and overcome dangerous traps, it repaired and modified itself using parts it found along the way. 1 decade of wandering became many, and soon, Tamimi, which used to be incapable of even moving heavy objects, became the Ruin Wanderer. All so it could deliver these last letters from them to me. The strain to support such a huge body must have turned out to be too much for your heart, right? Even after the remodeling, its restitution module still can't function perfectly in perpetuity. It has been pushing itself beyond its limits over the past few decades. Just like a living being, mechanical life forms have a limited lifespan. It probably became trapped in the ruins all those years ago because its shelf life had run out. It most likely only reactivated because it detected my presence. And then it mustered up everything it had to deliver that last letter. Now, it can finally rest in peace. Tainari told you what happened to me, right? You don't have to apologize. It's not like this incident is a secret in the academia. Besides, I've always treated it as a failed experiment. As a researcher, I must accept this result. However, finding out that so many people were affected by my failure does make me feel somewhat conflicted. Can you head back to Pardis DI first? We've been here for a while, and it's best not to make Kale and the rest worry. As for me, I want to stay with Tamimi for a bit longer. Just a bit. You're back!
Ah, how was your journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Farazan?
Oh no. She finally got to reunite with an old friend from 100 years ago. But
As a researcher, she could perhaps accept it. However, as a friend, student, and a daughter, we should give her some time. Let's just wait for her here. And in the future, I hope that we can be here to support her as her new friends.
I'm back! What? Is there to be no welcoming party?
We've all been waiting for you, Madame Farazan.
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now, and it... Huh? Why do you all look so solemn? Come now. Liveliness befits youngsters more.
Madame Farazan, did these parts come from...
Come now. I thought that you must have encountered some major problem. This isn't something you have to worry about. Well, it looks like you already know everything, but no need to feel bad. Like I said before, as researchers, we must learn to accept our failures. Tamimi had been operating beyond capacity for a century, and I'm unable to repair it with my current abilities. Not even with these parts. It would thus be much better to use them to extend Karkata's lifespan. As a senior, it is only right that I do something for the people who come after me. That holds true for both researchers and machines. Besides, I didn't say that I would be giving you these parts for free. They will only be used for Karkata temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to help me with my research. I'll be sure to revive Tamimi once I've fully deciphered and replicated the creations of the ancient civilization.
All right. I'll do my best to help.
Me too. Although, I'm not sure if I'll be much help.
Thank you. If they could remodel Tamimi successfully even back then, there's no reason why we won't be able to do even better. And when that day comes, I'll be sure to say, welcome home, Tamimi.
So, Madame Farazan has some other things to settle. All right. And to think that Raid was doing all those things on the sly. It's good that you all got out of that situation in one piece.
Madame Farazan will be able to repair Karkata when she gets back, won't she?
I'm back! What? Is there to be no welcoming party?
Madame Farazan, we're over here!
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now, and it'll be back in ship shape.
So this is a relic of an ancient civilization. Unbelievable. Thankfully, it didn't end up in Raid's unscrupulous hands.
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already told them what happened. Is that so? Thank you. We will talk about everything else later. It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the Academia. They're going to be very busy. Too busy to bother us, I'd wager. I'll start repairing Karkata then. Kale, can you help me out?
Of course!
Farazan went out after repairing Karkata. She seems to be looking for you for some reason. Well, I will not probe any further. However, if you need any help, do feel free to ask.
looks fine, but even so, it needs to properly rest up.
Ah, you're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret. If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Karkata? Even if we could convince them to accept the components, they'll probably still feel bad about it. I don't want my past to affect people in the present. That applies to both me and other people. It's fine. I'm used to this. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old friends and family ever again. Even their faces are getting hazier in my memories. However, I could remember them clearly again after reading the letter Tamimi handed to me and learning that they'd never given up on me. That's more than enough. I'd be disappointing them if I let myself fall into a slump because of this. Neither my teacher nor my mother would have wanted to see me like that. Besides, you're lending a listening ear to me now, aren't you? Oh, Pardeus DI looks pretty scenic at night. Once Karkata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainari and Kale about all that. But for now, just help me keep this secret. Thank you. Whether it's 100 years ago or now, I have people who worry about me. I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate. The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then. Yeah, I'm home.
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking. Lose your...
Hey, Yehoda! Wow, this place is packed.
My intel network never steers me wrong. Now I'm thinking we start off by checking whatever transaction records we can find. See if our thief already made the sale.
Hey! Which one of you is the rotten thief who stole my robot, huh? Come out and show yourself!
That was not what I had in mind.
My. You must be the owner of the Krumkake craft shop.
Now this is an opportunity I've been waiting for. Always easier to talk business in person.
Which one of you is the thief?
No thieves here, only shrewd business people. Speaking of, you do custom orders, right? Kid, make me a robot. I'll be sure to make it worth your while.
You're the one who built that Robo-Maid, right? Is it for sale? I'm dying to get my hands on one.
Both of you? Get out of my face!
It's clear you two have no respect for even the most basic of rules. No wonder an illegal market like this is the only one that'll take you. Even if Miss Aino is willing to do business with you, and that's a big if. All negotiations go through the front desk. Understood? As you can see, this kid's creations are a hot commodity in Nodcry. I'm not surprised these merchants are practically clambering over each other in excitement.
I don't care! Inefa's not for sale, and neither is Krumklank. These grown-ups are getting on my nerves. But the Traveler was right. Well, they're not gonna fess up because they don't even feel guilty. Oh, there goes my plan. Yeah, getting them to confess was kind of a long shot.
If you figured that would work, you're even more out of touch than I thought. These people only care about one thing, Mora. Being a good person doesn't exactly pad the pockets. If we want information, the front desk is the place to start. Follow me.
Ah, if it isn't the owner of the Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop. What an honor! How can I assist you?
Let me do the talking. It's simple. We just want to know if anyone has tried to sell one of the craft shop's bots around here recently.
Ah, well, I won't lie to you. We're very much a need-to-know establishment. Meaning we don't make a habit of asking for details about the transactions that take place here. It's one of the advantages of this place. Our clients are free to buy or sell whatsoever they might wish. All they need to do is post a notice on the bulletin board.
That's it? No wonder this place is illegal.
Wait, you guys! The first notice here is offering a huge sum of Mora in exchange for Aino's newest robot! Krumklank was stolen! And you just sit back and let people peddle stolen goods for cash. That makes you just as bad as the thief.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. As I said, we never question the terms of our transactions. It's a matter of professionalism. Remaining neutral in client disputes is a must.
Krumklank is more than a robot. He's my friend. I'm not gonna let him be sold off like some second-rate piece of scrap.
Hey, you can't tear that down! I'm obligated to keep it up until closing, at least. Please, show some understanding.
What happened to remaining neutral in client disputes?
Listen, customers have to pay to put up a notice, all right? We have to turn a profit somehow. If you pay more than the original customer, I'll let you cover that notice up with one of your own.
Enough! This place clearly has its rules. There's no point in making a scene. Besides, we found a clue, didn't we? Let's see what the notice says. Huh. Willing to part with large sum in return for specific robot. It appears to be the work of the Krumkake craft shop. Details negotiable in person. According to intel from an informant, there is only one of its kind in existence. It is currently in the hands of the Frostmoon Scions. Present the robot to me, and a generous sum of Mora will be yours.
The Frostmoon Scions? Does that mean... The Krumkake craft shop is situated between the Frostmoon Enclave and Nasha Town. Their people always pass by the workshop whenever they need to head into town. Over time, you get used to it. And Nefa and I never even thought to be on guard.
So, does that mean the Frostmoon Scions stole your bot? But why?
I know why. They obviously want Krumklank's desserts for themselves.
Desserts?
Yeah, and Nefa is always controlling my sugar intake or whatever, so that's why I created Krumklank. All you gotta do is input the recipe and provide the ingredients, and he bakes desserts for you.
All this for a dessert baking robot?
Trying to downplay it, are we, Miss Ino? Not convincing enough to fool the various factions of Notcry, I'm afraid.
Who are you?
Asako. Oh, my boss knows him. He's quite a respected guy in that circle. What are you doing in a place like this?
The Voynich Guild isn't the only place to make deals, you know. Business often requires one to expand their horizons. And when it comes to lucrative opportunities, I'm not one to discriminate. In fact, I'm the one who got someone to post the notice you just saw.
So you're the one who's trying to buy Krumklank. You're as rotten as the rest of them.
No, it's just business. I have a fascination with this robot of yours, Miss Ino. I tried to purchase it from the Frostmoon Scions, but those zealots wouldn't budge. So here I am, right at the source. I want you to fashion another of its kind. Mora is no object. I'll even offer you 10 times the number on the notice.
I don't do business with rotten thieves.
Your notice didn't talk about how you want this done. In other words, stealing is fair game. You're telling me someone of your esteem is willing to risk your reputation for a cake-baking robot? How about this? Share the intel from your informant, and the Krumkake craft shop will owe you a favor.
According to my intel, this bot is capable of much more than baking cakes. It incorporates the technology of the Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon, and has formidable potential as a weapon.
What?
Look at that cannon. It's capable of condensing Kuvaki into highly destructive energy. But it's too big and cumbersome to be mass-produced and transported. Not to mention, it takes a considerable amount of time between firings to prepare the ammunition. All in all, it's not something that can be commercialized. But if you make it smaller and easier to mass-produce, you have the perfect product, even if it doesn't quite replicate the power of that cannon. Besides, if you think about it, is that not precisely why the Frostmoon Scions targeted your bot in the first place? In their doctrine, Kuvaki is a sacred power. They'd consider it blasphemy to treat it as anything but. The giant cannon in Nasha Town uses Kuvaki to fend off the Wild Hunt and protect the people, which is something the Frostmoon Scions can accept. But turning that technology into a product and allowing anyone with Mora to purchase it via the black market and wield the power of Kuvaki for themselves. Now that is blasphemy of the highest order, I would imagine. A lot of trouble could come knocking at your doorstep, Miss Ino. But sell that technology to me, and it all goes away. Easy as that.
Please don't tell me you've made some kind of war machine again.
Crunklank isn't a war machine. I already told you. He makes desserts, and deliciously, scrumptiously yummy ones at that. He's my friend, and I'm gonna get him back no matter what it takes. So you can take your offer and get lost.
It appears negotiations have broken down. A real pity.
Well, what do we do now?
We know Crunklank is with the Frost Moon Scions, so all we have to do is go there and then...
Huh, good idea!
Hold up. I should warn you. If that merchant was telling the truth, things are about to get tricky. Just be prepared, okay?
Our paid services are still on the table. Perhaps you could reconsider?
Let's fly!
Hey, Llama!
Ah, traveler, Paimon. Come night or day, may the moonlight connect us. I sense you are troubled. Please, unburden yourself.
You saw right through us again, huh?
Bathed in moonlight, the concern in your features is as stark as the dark spots on a full moon, ever betraying the emotion that lies beneath the surface.
I tell Aino to keep quiet for 1 second, and of course, she throws a tantrum. Lady Moonchanter, allow me to explain.
Theft. How despicable. A disgrace on the Frost Moon Scions.
It's all just speculation at this point.
Just a moment. A few days ago, a mechanical construct was brought back to the Frost Moon Scions. Come. I will speak to the offenders at once. I am certain the truth of the matter will reveal itself.
me up!
Come night or day, may the moonlight connect us. What can I do for you, my lady? Theft? We would never do such a thing. This is baseless slander. We did recover a dangerous mechanical device, but we didn't steal it. We confiscated it from a group of bandits.
If there's been a misunderstanding, our guests deserve an explanation.
I remember. It was a few days ago out in the wild. Huh? What's going on over there?
It's still not done? Come on! We need to finish these tests before the locals are onto us!
Can't we just go somewhere else? This job's putting me on edge.
No, idiot! Didn't you hear what the boss said? This thing uses Kuvaki. Why else would we be out here? Now shut up and get moving!
Not so loud! I just need to think. This should be it.
What was that?
What did you do? Are you trying to give us away?
No, Look, at least we know this thing's powerful, right? We should have enough to report back on.
All right, then let's pack up and get out of here.
Stop right there! Drop that dangerous device at once!
Shoot! That was quick. Can you activate this thing again?
I don't even remember what I did. Are we supposed to run with this thing? It weighs a ton!
Let's just make a run for it. The most important thing is that we don't get caught!
So, that's what happened. We didn't catch the bandits, but we were able to intercept the device.
I know. I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure you didn't make some kind of war machine?
Maybe this is another misunderstanding. We don't know for sure that the device Otto confiscated is Krumklank.
Did it have this symbol on it?
Yes.
That's the one I designed for my bots. I made it so that even if the bot gets dismantled or modified, the symbol can't be removed. So, Krumklank is definitely the bot you picked up.
Misunderstanding resolved, then. The device will be returned to its rightful owner.
Forgive me, my lady, but I believe that is far too risky. Although this device is similar in principle to the cannon in Nasha Town, the two cannot be seen in the same light. By harnessing Kuvaki, the cannon has protected this land from the wild hunt time and time again. I've always regarded it as a blessing from the moon goddess. But this construct is more like a commercial product. In the hands of those with nefarious intentions, it could easily be exploited for personal gain. As far as I'm aware, this young lady often has dealings with the major factions of Nodcry. I suspect she created the device to sell it for profit. If it ends up on the black market, in the hands of those who would misuse our goddess's gifts...
Krumklank is my friend! He's not for sale.
As much as I would like to believe you, that is a risk we cannot take. It is blasphemous to allow the power of our sacred moonlight to be exploited.
I warned them that things were about to get tricky. Oh, what have I got myself into?
The best course of action is to destroy this dangerous device and prevent anything like it from ever being created again.
What did you just say? Are you threatening to destroy Krumklank?
You must understand. The consequences could be